And we're logged in, password, all that good stuff. First thing we need to do is start tailing the log file. Now this command I will have on the website so you can cut and paste it. And when you want to cut and paste a command into PuTTY, you go out into your browser, cut it, and then when you come here, as soon as you right click, it will paste that command. So hit enter. Okay, so now we've got the log running. And my audio is actually tuned good enough. I'm already decoding. And it gets cranky about some of that. It's saying, I don't know what that is because it's more geared toward apers. But that's not going to be an issue for us. Okay, so we're going to minimize that. Now, if you've read the website before we got to this point, you need to download EasyTerm and have that set up. So we're going to start up EasyTerm. We're going to get that configured. And what EasyTerm is going to do is it's going to connect over to DireWolf over your internal network. And then it's going to use DireWolf as the TNC. So we're going to open up EasyTerm. I'm going to go into our settings. We'll go into station setup. Now what we'll do is you'll put your call sign in here. The mailbox call sign is not important. Just make sure it's not the same as your terminal call sign. We're not going to be using mailbox for this. Our local digipeater is WB4ULK1, so we're going to use that. And that way, when you're doing, when you're just chatting with everyone, it goes through the digipeater. If you don't put a digipeater in there, when you just chat with everyone, you'll only be able to talk to people who can hear you directly. Then we're going to go down here to TNC setup. The host is going to be the IP address of the Raspberry Pi running the host. Running DireWolf. Okay, now right here where you have port 8000, it's already set that way, but I'll show you. If you go back over to the DireWolf configuration file, if you scroll way down here, right there it says AGW port 8000 and KISS port 8001. If you were using it as a KISS terminal, you would set that terminal up as 8001, but we're using it as a AGW port, so it needs to be 8000. I'll close that file back out. So now we're all set up to connect to our DireWolf installation with our terminal. Now, if we scroll back over here and look at the log file, it says it's attached to an AGW client, ready to accept application 1 on port 8000. So we're ready to go. I'm going to keep this open so I can look at the log. And the cool thing about PuTTY is you can open multiple sessions to the same box. And what we're going to do here is we're going to open the awesome mixer, and I'll have this command on the web page. You can cut and paste it. And the cool thing about Linux, if you haven't used this, whenever you have typed in a command, you can hit the up arrow key and it will scroll through all the previous commands you've issued, so you don't have to keep typing them in again. So I'm going to bring up the awesome mixer. Now this is going to default with PCM. That is not the audio we want to control. So we're going to hit the function so that we can, what we want to do, if you look up here on the right, F6, select the sound card. Well, if you hit F6, it's not going to do anything. So with my particular laptop, if I hit function F6, then it brings it up, the menu of the sound cards, and I scroll down with the arrow key to USB plug-and-play sound devices. Now, speaker is my output to the radio. So I'm going to turn my handy talkie on, and I'm going to hold it close to my mic over here, and I've got a mic over there on the radio so that you can hear the digipeater answering back. What we're going to do is we're going to tune our transmit audio first, because if we send a command to digipede through the digipeater will answer back. You can hear the digipeater retransmitting what we sent if it decoded it. So once we get our transmit audio set to the correct level, we'll hear the digipeater answer back. So I got the HT monitoring my local radio, and then of course the local radio can hear the digipeater. So when I'm going to go over here to the terminal. The middle window here is what you type in. The top window is what you read. And then you can also read multiple connections across here. If you have multiple connections, they'll be on the bottom, but we're just going to stay on one. So I'm just going to type in T, and I'm going to hit enter, and you'll hear the local radio, and if everything's right, you'll hear the digipeater. Okay, so we didn't get an answer back. And if you notice, let me do it again. It's really nasty sound. It's really loud. So we're going to go back over here. We're still highlighted. Right and left arrow keys move you back and forth between the items. We're going to turn the speaker down. Let's go to about a 9. Let's try it again. Oh, she answered back. I think it's still a little loud though. So we're going to go back over here. So you heard the digipeater answer back. So we're going to go down, and I'm going to go down to 4 because I've already had it set there before I did this, so I know what the heck was going on. I didn't realize it would read that high. So let's try that now. Okay, we're getting a good solid answer back now. So now I'm going to turn my HT off so it doesn't confuse everything, so you're not hearing both. And you can see the radio over there when it transmits. So, and if you notice, I'm already decoding. So my receive level was already set. And what I'll do is I'll show you how you set the receive level real quick. So we're going to go into the log. Now if you notice when you got the receive, right here it said digipeater WB4ULK1 audio level 39. You just want that less than 50. So 39 is pretty good, but I'm going to show you, I'm going to turn it up a little bit. So I'm going to walk over here and I'll point the camera down to the board. So you see this pot right here. If you turn it clockwise, it's louder. You turn it counterclockwise, it's lower. So it was at 39. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit clockwise, and then we'll go back and see what that gives us. Now watch that. You want to watch that little red light there beside the USB connector. That's your push to talk. So we'll send another T. Okay, so it answered back. Now our audio level is 70, so it's real touchy right there, so I'm going to turn it back down. Alright, let's try that and see. And that time was at a 46. I'm going to do it one more time. It's staying 46. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit more. I think we're okay with that. All right, so we have her encoding and decoding.